Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to your patch notes for 7.21. So this introduces the Cosmic Exploration, which also includes the Cosmic Tools, which is your Disciple of Hand and Land tool enhancement quests, as well as lots of other rewards as well. But primarily 7.21 is centered around crafters and gatherers with this large-scale content. With this then, they also say here the Mamulja Allied Society quests, the Occult Crescent, and the Weapon Enhancement quest for combat roles, i.e. the Phantom Weapons, and further Hildebrand adventures are not in this patch and are scheduled to release in 7.25, which is obviously in late May. But this patch comes out today, 7.21, and let's have a look what's in this. First of all then, Cosmic Exploration. So we've got some images here. We've got Searching Way, presumably that's their name. I think that's what they're titled, as well as this image here of them going out in a moon buggy. And if you want to take part in Cosmic Exploration, you need to go to Old Sharlayan at X12.6, Y13.6 off of Naming Way, and this will actually let you into basically the whole quest line for Cosmic Exploration. You do need to be level 10 on Disciple of Hand or Land. That's the prerequisite, so only level 10. And you must first have also completed Endwalker. So the previous expansion, Endwalker, obviously not Dawntrail. You need to complete Endwalker. So this is available to everybody who hasn't played the Dawntrail expansion and level 10 on your Disciple of Hand and Land, which is pretty good. And there are a few quests. The first is a Cosmic Homecoming that unlocks it. There also seems to be Passion. Thy name is Adornum, or Ardorum, and that seems to be a follow-up. A Manager's Patience and a Manager's Persistence. So we'll see what that unlocks a little bit later when we can get into that content. But it looks like there's a new hub area inside Cosmic Exploration called Sinus or Sinus Adorum. So that will be the hub name. So additionally then, we've got housing items from the Furnishing Design Contest from 2022 that have been added. One such example here is this lectern, I believe this is, or, schematics table with a little light on there and a magnifying glass and blueprints, which is awesome. So expect to get that probably from your new Fortune minigame. We'll talk about that in a moment. New furnishings outside of that also. So we've got some Cosmic Exploration tables, lanterns, some other furnishings like seats. We've also got an outdoors set of items, presumably, or item, which is this like street lamp with this sort of Cosmic Exploration stuff going on there with a rainbow, which looks pretty cool. There'll be new music, obviously, for these new zones, and new orchestra and rolls to accompany those, presumably also unlocked through Cosmic Exploration. There's also a new emote. If we go down to the bottom of the list, it actually says that this is taking pictures, essentially, like selfies, with your tablet that you use in Cosmic Exploration itself. And as you can see, it's just an emote. I'm not sure if it will actually take images. Probably not. Much like the Instax emote, it probably just, does a selfie pose, which is cool because we don't have an actual selfie pose in the game, and a lot of people try to use other emotes and smile and stuff and tilt the camera to make it look like they're taking selfies of the character, but this will make it a lot easier, which is really cool. Battle system changes then, which has got nothing to do with, obviously, Cosmic Exploration. First thing that's really good is they've listened to feedback about Recollection, Zelenia, Dawntrail on both normal and extreme, and the contrast has been adjusted for the magic sigils. If you know what those are, then you know what those are. Big, bright, rose-coloured, flashy things that come down on the screen. It can be very difficult to see what's going on in that fight. Square Enix also agrees, and they've adjusted the contrast of those. So in theory, those should be a little bit more comfortable to view. Even myself, that doesn't really have that much of a problem with that kind of sensory overload, it was too much. So yes, lots of red, lots of orange. Hopefully that's reduced it significantly. They've also added the 10% echo to the previous tier of Savage. So we've got in the light heavyweight tier. So if you wanted to go back and do light heavyweight with a 10% echo, you totally can do now. So there we go. This is not related to incapacitation. It's just a straight 10% damage, healing potency, maximum health, that kind of stuff. Just when you go in, basically. Then we've got some new items. So with Cosmic Exploration, obviously there's a lot to talk about here, so let's get stuck in. It says, work together with your fellow disciples of the Hand and Land to explore the uncharted terrain of the cosmos. As exploration progresses, the appearance of your base camp will change, new areas will be unlocked, and a variety of rewards may be gained, while new stars will be added regularly throughout the patch span of 7.x, this expansion. The first goal is to establish a base upon the Source's moon in a location called Sinus or Sinus Adorum. I think it's probably Sinus, but I don't know. You may only access cosmic exploration areas and quests from your home world. This is an important one if you've ever done Ishgard Restoration. Originally, when that first came out on its debut, you were able to go to other home worlds, to other places, other servers, and go and have a look at their stuff and take part, or not necessarily take part, but it was also a hindrance. It was causing queues and issues for certain worlds. So since then, both Ishgard Restoration has been changed to only people who are on their own home world can take part and go to those areas, and it is the same from the start with Cosmic Exploration. So if your friend on another server wants to come over and see your stuff, they're not going to be able to. Okay, so they have to be from your home world. So people on Ragnarok can go to Ragnarok's zone, for example. People on, Sargatanus can't go to someone else's server. You know what I mean? So the requirement's level 10, like we said, with Disciple of Hand and Land. You can unlock the quest in Old Charlian off of Naming Way. You must first have completed Endwalker, and once you've unlocked this through that quest, players can travel to Sinus Adorum at any time by speaking with Driving Way over in Mara Lamentorum at X21.9, Y13.2. Presumably this will start that cutscene where you get aboard the moon buggy and get sort of chauffeured over. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So the first thing is the Exo tablet, which is this thing that's keeping track of your progress. This is a new heads-up display whilst you're inside Cosmic Exploration itself. It has a variety of buttons and readouts, including currency readouts at the bottom there, as well as, mech ideas, missions, awards, that kind of stuff. We'll get to that. So first of all, there's the Infrastructure Index. This shows the current status of Cosmic Exploration. So much like in Ishgard Restoration, you'd have that board that showed you how far your server had progressed. This is the same thing. So on here, as you can see, it says Lunar Development Initiative. The time has come. We are presently gathering materials to expand the Moongate Hub. So there's like a bar that pushes across. And traditionally, the way this works is, as it says here, by completing stellar missions, as players do, progress will increase. Once this progress gauge has been filled and a respective project is completed, so there'll be like a project that happens when the bar fills for everybody, Cosmic Exploration will proceed to the next stage, and as Cosmic Exploration proceeds, new types of stellar missions will be added alongside different facilities, such as the Cosmo Liner, a means of speedy transportation, which is what we've got it translated to. It's like a zipline system. If there's a base section over here, instead of walking over there, you can get on the zipline, walk up there, and it goes and puts you over there, and so forth. Basically, it's a fast travel system. Stellar missions then. So, stellar missions are requests issued to procure necessary materials for Cosmic Exploration. Players may accept stellar missions via this Exo tablet. Completion of stellar missions increases overall progress and unlocks more advanced stellar missions. Missions are scored by 3 ranks. We've got gold, silver, and bronze. Obtaining a higher score will result in greater returns. Furthermore, stellar missions are quest synced, ensuring that rewards and difficulty level are distributed appropriately given a player's current level. So again, this content is level 10 and above for Disciple of Hand and Land. So if you go in as a level 10, your rewards will be scaled just as much as they would be from a level 100 player. There might be differences in rewards though, so we'll have to see what the differences might be. it looks like the differences might be currency. And of course, if you're 100, you're not going to get the EXP, whereas if you're a level 10, you're going to get the EXP. This might be one of the best ways of leveling your crafters and gatherers if you have not leveled them all to max up until this point, which I'm very grateful that I didn't as well. So as you can see, here's an example of a stellar mission, the Northwestern Vicinity Survey. So it wants us to acquire 25 of these items from a gathering point, or gathering points in a certain area. You get 3 minutes as a miner, average item level 9, and is quest sync. So, and then once you complete this, you see it says D-class missions. You can unlock other classifications of missions, and so on and so forth. After initiating a stellar mission, the following feature can be accessed from a mission in progress widget. So the mission in progress widget shows you what time limit you've got, your current score, and then the requirements for you to get silver and gold star requirements. Once you've got those, it will complete the actual mission, and there we go. Nice and easy. And the higher rank you get, the better rewards will be, which presumably means you'll get more of these currencies. So we've also got the Cosmo Pouch. This is another item on the UI. So the Cosmo Pouch is an exclusive inventory reserved for supplies, crafted items, and gathered materials used in cosmic exploration. So if you were wondering, how much is my bags going to be completely overwhelmed by cosmic? Probably not that much. All of the crafted materials, all the gathered stuff, all goes into a separate inventory simply for this endeavor, which is really cool. We've also got the Cosmic Crafting Log. This enables Disciple of Hand to craft items for the stellar missions. So it's like a new log. Instead of you pressing your N key or whatever it is to go into your crafting log, you go into this instead for this system. We've also got Stellar Reduction. This allows you to use Disciple of Hand to etherically reduce items for stellar missions. So you can reduce items if you've made a bit of a mess up or whatever to get more stuff back to use for crafting. It says alongside basic missions exist provisional missions and critical missions. Completing the latter two will yield greater rewards than basic missions. So first of all, provisional missions. We've got sequential missions. These missions will become available for 5 minutes after completing certain stellar missions with a gold rank. So once you've got your gold rank, as we said here earlier, for example, let's see, we got 1700 score on this particular cosmic mission. As soon as we've done that, we will sometimes get this, a new quest available for 5 minutes. And these will, they're created from a variety of missions, and completing them with the highest score possible will cause more to appear. So there's a way of chaining your progress, basically, and getting a lot out of this. So the more you do, the better you do, the more rewarding the stuff gets. Very cool. There are also weather-restricted missions and time-restricted missions. These missions are available during certain times or weather conditions on the moon, which is pretty awesome. I can't wait to see those. And there's also critical missions. Now, these, we saw in the live letter, these pop up. They're like, there's a meteor storm, for example, for one of them, where during that, the base is being bombarded by meteors, and you have to go around and, do certain missions to shore up the defenses, to maybe repair sections that have been damaged in the base. Very cool. It says when a red alert is issued, 2 gauges will appear at the top of the screen to symbolize progress made for the classes in current demand. So as you can see, we've got a list there of culinarian, miner, fisher, weaver, etc. And then there's bars here. So if you change to one of those specific classes, you can actually contribute towards that red alert. It says, players may complete critical missions for the designated classes as many times as they choose, earning greater rewards than normal. Each time a critical mission is completed, the respective alert gauge will increase. By cooperating with other players, both gauges may be filled within the time limit, resolving the red alert and granting bonus rewards for all who contributed. So these are your fate events in the Ishgard Restoration. These are timed things you want to do when they pop up, basically. So drop everything and go and contribute to this. If both gauges are not filled within the allotted time, fewer bonus rewards will be distributed to contributors. So, It remains to be seen how this scales with the number of players. For example, we're going to end up with hundreds of players, right, presumably on each server taking part, and the more people, the better, right? Also, the more people, the quicker this is going to fill. However, after the content sort of goes into slight obscurity in the future, not complete obscurity because people still do, Ishgard restoration, it'll probably be up to the scaling system to decide how many people contribute towards this. So hopefully it'll be good. For the mech ops then, mech ops are large-scale directive issued in Sinus Adorum that make use of special mechs to complete objectives at designated intervals. Players may participate as either pilots or ground support, and it says piloting a mech. When a mech op directive is issued, so it pops up on screen, players may use their exo tablets to submit a pilot application, which is like queuing for a duty basically, which must first be purchased with lunar credits, which is one of the two currencies. Once the entry period has expired, 5 players will be selected at random from the applicants in that duty list and assigned to a mech. Players who are not chosen will regain their pilot's application back to them, so they can submit it in the future. Furthermore, each time a player is not chosen to be a mech pilot, their chances of being chosen next time will improve. So there's an internal fail counter, right? So it doesn't just screw you over every time. By completing mech ops, players will obtain a variety of items, including tickets to participate in a special type of cosmic fortune, which they'll also explain in a moment. So, how do you do this? Do lots of stuff, do lots of missions, get those special currencies. There's 2 types of currencies. I think it's the blue one. Then, once the mech ops pop up, you go and purchase a ticket, or prior to that, you go purchase a ticket. When these pop up, you use that ticket to have a chance to be drawn to be a pilot in the mech. If you get chosen, you get to go in there, and then you get chosen for special types of cosmic fortune stuff, basically. And if you don't, you turn into ground support. So, by traveling to the directives location and selecting join event from a duty list, players may participate in the mech op as ground support assisting those pilots. By completing the mech ops, players will obtain cosmic exploration specific currency, experience points, and a bonus effect for a set number of stellar missions. So, it is important that you take part in these even if you're not a mech pilot, because you get significant bonuses not only to EXP for your class, but there's also bonus effects, right? So this presumably means the subsequent missions you do after this will also be boosted in rewards or something like that. Very cool. So for those cosmic exploration projects, it says large-scale projects will be triggered as milestones. So when that big bar for the whole area is filled, when it's reached in cosmic exploration. When a project has been scheduled, a notification, wow, I can't speak, will be issued at the top of the screen, and after an allotted time has passed, the project will automatically commence. In order to participate, press the Join Fate button while in the designated location. So that's when it's about to happen. It's very similar to Ishgard Restoration. When a project has been completed, progress will be advanced to the next stage, and changes to the field will be reflected. Participants will receive rewards dependent on contribution. So if you want to see this place evolve, you need to be here from the start. Obviously, these things will slow down the bigger the gauges become, dependent on submissions of crafting stuff. There'll be a bit of a competition between servers. And much like all of the ranking system in Ishgard Restoration, some servers may be pushed ahead of others. And my money is on Tombury on Elemental, so go get it, you guys. Currencies then. So stellar missions, mech ops, and projects will all yield currencies exclusive to cosmic exploration. So first of all, we've got Cosmo credits and Lunar credits. Cosmo credits, players may exchange Cosmo credits for gear, furnishings, and other items directly by speaking with... oh boy, Mesoedonic. Mesoedonc. Wow, that's definitely French, I think, and I can't read that. So I hope everybody who speaks French enjoyed my butchering of your language. There's some coordinates there in the main hub of Sinus Adorum. And then we've also got Lunar credits. It says players may exchange lunar credits for the Mech Op Pilot application by speaking with Aelrot. That's easier to read. Aelrot. Or is it Alarot? Probably both. In Sinis Adorum, or use them to draw cosmic fortunes, explained below. So, you have a choice with your lunar credits. You can use lunar credits to just have a chance to be a pilot, or you can use them to get really cool look of the draw spinning a wheel thing. Okay, so stellar successes then. Players may earn rewards by contributing to cosmic exploration in certain ways. There are daily successes which are reset daily, so kind of like a battle pass, I guess, whereas standard successes incorporate all contributions made to cosmic exploration. By completing these successes, players can earn rewards like Cosmo credits and lunar credits. So we got your this is your challenge log essentially, but it's on this UI. You can confirm your current successes via the Exo tablet. So here's some examples. We've got daily successes point. So we've got our I guess this is, yeah, these are your Cosmo credits, the white ones then. And those are your lunar credits, because they're the harder ones to get, right, for your mech pilots and things like that. But as you can see here, completing certain points gives you 150 of those Cosmo, 100 gives you 450, and 200 gives you 1,000 of your blue currency, which I'm guessing will be your lunar credits. And as you can see here, we've got complete a stellar mission, complete 3 types of stellar missions, achieve gold ranking on a mission, complete a critical mission, and it scrolls down. So it should be something easily that you can do in a single day, like your challenge log for any other content. We also have standard ones, which will probably be much harder to do, like weekly events, weekly log entries, that sort of stuff. A sip of coffee, sorry, my throat's going dry. And then we've got Cosmic Fortunes. As we can see, there's spinny wheels, which have a variety of rewards. So Cosmic Fortunes are roulettes that grant a variety of items as prizes. Players may exchange lunar credits to draw Cosmic Fortunes by speaking with Orbiting Way in Sinis Adorum. And players may pick between 2 roulettes with differing prizes. Okay, this is what that means. Additionally, a special roulette exists for those in possession of tickets earned from piloting during a mech op. So, it looks like you get to choose each one. So let's say there's something on here that you prefer over this one. Like, I want the Leporit Parasol. That's amazing. Yeah, maybe I want that as a chance rather than the tinted sunglasses faces we wear. I would choose this one and I would spin that. But I think this button here, you can press, or a button somewhere, I think it might be the star, that you can get with tickets from doing the mech thing. Okay, star contributors. So this is your ranking system for the event area. Players with the highest contribution scores at the end of any given ranking period are celebrated as star contributors. So how is this calculated? Ranking periods become active or inactive every 24 hours and reset daily at 2 a.m. PDT, or your regional equivalent. During active ranking periods, players' contributions from stellar missions, mech ops, and projects are all calculated. So the more you do, the better you do. Players can check their current standing by speaking with Scanning Way in Sinis Adorum. So, commendation. Star contributors will be honored for 14 days in the following ways. So once you do this, if you do get rank, for 14 days you get a hologram. A hologram of a player will be displayed in Sinis Adorum. This hologram will be established after a certain stage of progress is completed. So this isn't here at the start, but it will be when we've progressed enough, and then it will display your character with a plaque, which is pretty cool. The player's name will be displayed on the Starward Standing Stella in Sinis Adorum. Oh, that's a mouthful. A special visual effect will be applied to the character in cosmic exploration areas, which is like I think it's like a cosmic symbol around your feet so people can see you. And star contributors cannot be reselected for 14 days. However, if the current star contributor still holds the highest contribution score on the 14th day after being selected, they will be designated as star contributor again on the following day. So the more you do, and the more things you do, and the better you do with rankings, the more you're likely to be ranked, okay? So it's going to be whoever spends the most time on this. We don't know if there's any achievements associated with this or titles. Is it going to be like Saint of the Firmament? Who knows at this point until the servers go live. I have no idea. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? I'm not sure I'll take part, honestly. Cosmic tools then. So this is your crafters crafting and gathering relic weapons. We looked at these before a little bit in terms of their image quality. Pretty cool. Sort of sci-fi white metal. Very nice. So, how do you get these? By participating in the Cosmic Exploration, players can obtain class-specific tools for Disciples of Hand and Land, which can be enhanced. So, you can unlock Cosmic tools by speaking with an NPC called Researching Way in Sinus Adorum, and there's the coordinates, 21.1, 21.8 in the hub. And by using the Cosmic Prototype Coffer obtained by completing a quest called A Cosmic Homecoming, players may obtain the first Cosmic Tool prototype for their current class, which is presumably one of these. Players may obtain subsequent prototypes by speaking with Researching Way and Sinus Adorum, so if you want all of them. And how do you enhance them? By completing stellar missions, players will obtain research data critical for tool enhancement. Cosmic prototypes do not need to be equipped to accrue research data, so that's an important one to remember there. So you get your research data regardless of if they're equipped or not. Players can confirm required research via the Cosmic Research on the Exo tablet. So let's look at this. So let's say we were doing blacksmith weapon. Essentially, you need a certain amount of analysis using the actual blacksmithing then, essentially, which unlocks the reward. That's how you do that. That's pretty easy, isn't it? Very simple. Very different from how things were. It looks like Cosmic Tools is self-contained rather than you needing to get resources outside of it. It seems all self-contained in the content itself with its own inventory, its own crafting log, its own research information, its own currencies, its own vendors. So yeah, it doesn't look like the market board will be used for this enhancement. I could be wrong though. Once players have accrued sufficient research data, they may report to Researching Way and Sinus Adorum. Doing so will allow players to obtain enhanced prototypes and cosmic tools. While players may obtain numerous prototypes and tools, research data can only be accrued via stellar missions for any given class. So you have to be, you have to make a choice of what class you're doing first and then get subsequent ones afterwards. So there we go. That's our brief look at Cosmic Exploration. Now we've got new items. This is the exciting bit. So first of all, we've got two glamours. We've got the spacesuit, which as you can see with a Mikote has those ears. It works with Viera. Presumably it works with Hrothgar as well. And we've also got the Star Trek-esque suit as well. There's a back, there's a front. Even if we zoomed in a little bit more, the resolution of this image is pretty low. We've seen this before though, and we've looked at it in the special site video. So, really exciting stuff though, the new dyes. This is what I've been most excited for. So we've got a number of new dyes. We've got Carmine Red, we've got Neon Pink, Bright Orange, Neon Yellow, Neon Green, Azure Blue, Violet Purple. Then we've got Metallic Pink, Metallic Ruby Red, Metallic Cobalt Green, and Metallic Dark Blue. So, 4 new metallic dyes and a bunch of new neon and, yeah, Carmine Red. That's going to be interesting. So, a lot of the criticism I had with the dye system was when they added the Ishgard restoration, they added some really nice new dyes like Canary Yellow. One of the contributions I mentioned was it would be lovely if we had neon colors and a proper metallic red rather than what we've currently got, which is more purple than red. They've listened. We've got some really cool stuff, so I'm super hyped to get those. And any future videos we do where we look at glamours, I'll be sure to get these dyes as well to showcase them for you. So there we go. Awesome stuff. Very happy with that, Square Enix. We've also got new mounts. They showed a black version of this as well before, but this is the white mech. So this is what you use for the actual mech initiative missions. But you also have this as a mount as well, presumably from your Cosmic Fortune spinning wheel. Or maybe from a vendor. I don't know. Then we've got new minions. We've got this little happy robot. Oh, he's so cute. Little digger robot, look, with his little grabber and his little digger scoop. That's the Leporit Parasol, which is awesome. It has Leporit ears on it and like stars underneath. Oh, there's going to be so many lovely items to add to our collection. New faceware, so we've got new types of glasses, look. Presumably, yeah, we saw that on Cosmic as well. Very cool. And then we've got the system changes. So let's look at this. In order to prevent server congestion, we'll be implementing multiple field instances for Mare Elementorum and the area newly added in 7.21, i.e. the hub. They'll monitor server activity and remove this feature when congestion is determined to be no longer an issue. So that means that if you can't find your friends inside the new content, you need to talk to the Aetheryte usually and hop between server instances. It's probably going to be very busy. This is hotly anticipated. The division of heritage found into multiple instances added to alleviate congestion back in 7.2 rather, will be removed. So that's gone. If you were hoping to get more hunt marks from heritage found, that has gone. New achievements and titles have been added for Cosmic. New accents have been added for portraits, which is cool. New adventurer plate stuff, very cool. And we've got text commands, which are usually related to emotes. We've got /visage, which is to take a picture, which is your selfie image that we showed earlier from your Exo tablet, which is really cool. And we also have /rage, shake with rage. So that's probably also from Cosmic. Additions have been made to the auto translation dictionary. Obviously, we've got autocomplete dictionaries for all the PlayStations and Xboxes, new trophies for Xbox, new achievements for Xbox and PlayStation, etc., new music and sound effects, and the launcher has also been adjusted. This is something sneaked in at the bottom here. As the launcher has been adjusted to accommodate WebView 2, what is that? I have no idea. Players must install Microsoft Edge WebView 2. This may already be installed for many players, but certain Windows 10 configurations will require a separate installation. The installation will commence upon opening the launcher for those who do not have it installed already. Additionally, this will cause the Remember Square Enix ID checkbox to reset, so please be sure to select it once more. It's really important you probably go to Windows 11 by now, honestly, because October, Windows 10 is running out of support, but you do you, I suppose. But if you are on Windows 10, you might have an extra weird pop-up. So there we go. Finally, then, let's look at resolved issues and known issues. So there's going to be a few. So resolved issues. We've got an issue that was resolved in Cruiserweight M4 Savage, wherein the actions Sand Surge and Wind Surge used by certain enemies dealt more damage than intended. There was an issue when using duty actions, wherein the icon indicating the selected target is out of range did not display. There was an issue wherein certain elite marks could not be targeted. That's interesting. There was an issue wherein the description for the Bard PvE action Barrage listed the incorrect potency for Shadow Bite, which was only a text issue, so the potency wasn't actually changed. There was an issue when playing a Sage wherein an action that cannot be executed or set to the hotbar appeared in the actions and traits window. That's interesting. There was an issue playing as certain races wherein a portion of the following hairstyles displayed with the incorrect colors. I've heard about this actually, yeah, where you choose one color and it comes out as a different part. That was weird. That was on the Void Swept strands from the Zero outfit, the Sharlayan Studies and Sharlayan Rebellion, so Alizé and Alphino. An issue with the following gear wherein applying certain dyes cause material qualities to display incorrectly. This was on your Augmented Temple Circlet, Augmented, so basically a rolled level 45-50 stuff. Okay. Very interesting. An issue when equipping the leg gear Ninja Hakama, Koga Hakama, or Augmented Ninja Hakama while playing as certain races wherein the graphics displayed incorrectly. There was an issue with the leg gear Argute Culottes, wherein a portion of the colors were incorrect. There was an issue wherein the elemental clusters required to craft newly implemented Chronopio leather. Oh yeah. and diatrema felt, I can't read, were reversed. There was an issue wherein a striking dummy erroneously appeared by the Kagane Aetheryte Plaza. Wait, what? There was a striking dummy that appeared in Kagane? Oh, I wish I'd known about that. That would have been so cool to test stuff out there. They should add that as a feature in city testing areas. An issue when using the sit emote and interacting with certain furnishings while in the estate hall, wherein moving and then stopping erroneously triggered the sitting animation. Oh, weird animation breaking. An issue when using master recipe tomes for which you do not meet the level requirement, wherein the recipes did not display in the crafting log. Okay. An issue with the Wondrous Tales Duty Dungeons level 1 to 49 available at level 99 and below, wherein completing the Bowl of Embers, Naval or Howling Eye did not mark the task as complete. Oh, that's so strange. An issue during certain quest cutscenes where objects erroneously obstructed the view of the player and NPCs. Apparently, we're continuing to investigate and address this issue. Okay, so this will probably be related to the graphics updates in 7.2 and 7.1, right? An issue after completing the seasonal quest Exceeding Expectations, wherein Egg Hunter Riggy was not added to the toy chest. Oh man, that sucks. I like those quests. And other various issues have also been addressed. So current live issues that you may encounter. There's an issue when speaking with Scanning Way while participating in Cosmic Exploration, wherein dialogue relevant to the player's contribution in the previous ranking period is erroneously displayed. It says taking part in the Stellar mission and making a contribution before speaking with Scanning Way, again, will trigger the correct dialogue. Okay. An issue with certain Cosmic Exploration reward windows, wherein the player is able to move the cursor to areas with no item icon present. Okay, a few UI bugs. An issue with Cosmic Exploration, wherein specific NPCs are displayed incorrectly under certain conditions. There's an issue currently participating in Cosmic, where projects wherein allowing the timer to run out causes other players to display incorrectly under certain conditions. There's an issue in Cosmic wherein the NPC Orbiting Way does not display while the Project Mech Hangar Beta expansion is underway. It says Orbiting Way will reappear once the project has been completed. An issue when participating in ground support in a mech op during Cosmic Exploration, wherein leaving and rejoining causes the field scanner to become inaccessible. Using Stellar Return, which is a new button to return you to base, or just teleport, will cause the field scanner to become accessible again. There's currently an issue where participating in Cosmic Exploration, wherein the lunar credit bonus granted by Cosmic Tools occasionally does not function correctly. Wow, that sucks. And there's also an issue playing Cosmic Exploration, wherein the 5% lunar credit bonus for certain levels of Cosmic Tool is not adequately accrued. So we didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently there's a 5% lunar credit bonus for just having Cosmic Tools. That's cool. So it's worth doing your tools. And there are other minor text issues also discovered. And that's all they've listed at the moment. There will be an updated version of these patch notes with full recipes of all the new bits and probably more details. But super hyped about this patch. Can't wait for it to go live and to dive into this. And I hope those patch notes reading helped, because there's quite a lot of information. Let me know what you're most excited for. Me personally, it's got to be the dyes, hasn't it? I'm super hyped about those. I've asked for new dyes for the longest time. It's one of my hotly anticipated things because it changes every piece of glamour in the game that's dyeable. They're constantly adding double dyes to things. Very happy. Very, very happy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. More videos on the way today and onwards, from Cosmic onwards, and I'll see you all next time. I'm super excited. I'll see you in the game. Bye-bye.